All right, this is hive number 5. A little bit of smoke in the entrance. These also had an oxalic treatment just a few days ago. The last time I checked, they did not seem to have a laying queen. But I'm hoping that by now maybe they do. Lid is propolized on quite nicely. Plenty of bees up the top. No beetles. Although they do not have a Swiffer pad, so I'll have to get them a Swiffer pad before I close them up again. Looking in the top here, there's bees in every single frame. That could be just that they've all emerged. Doesn't mean that there's new brood being laid and new brood emerging. It could be at the peak of what they have, which is probably my concern. This right here is all honey. I'm just going to put that to one side. Not going to stress over that too much. Nice new bit of comb on this side. New honey from 2026. Lots of new comb up here, it looks like. Just trying to remember which hive I gave the cartridge to. I thought it was this hive, but I can't remember. We will find out if it was this one. Another frame, all nectar and honey. That will be a harvestable frame because there's got to be some for me, right? That'll be nice. That's a nice frame right there of honey and nectar. I think there's going to be quite a bit of honey and nectar in this hive. This is also honey and nectar. All honey and nectar. There is no brood in that box or in that frame. Right, I'm going to scoot along. Okay, let's scoot along and see if we can find some brood. I'm going to go toward the middle of the box. I might have to give them a little bit of smoke. They're getting a little bit out of order. Yeah, I'll give them a little bit of smoke. Okay. Trying to squish any bees so that I don't send any alarm pheromones off. Never smelt the banana, so I don't know what that smells like. So there's a rainbow of honey on this frame, but I don't, it's wax foundation. It's proper wax foundation. I don't actually see any eggs in there. I wouldn't see them even if they were there. There is a little bit of wax on the bottom, but it's not what you think it is. A lot of people see a bit of wax and they assume right away that it's a swarm cell. But no, not always the case. Sometimes they build some excess comb down at the bottom of the frames where there's some space between the boxes. Doesn't always mean it's a swarm cell. This is a wax foundation frame as well. I don't see any eggs, brood or anything on this frame either. So I'm thinking that there is no brood up in this box. I just smushed a bee, that's not good. Let's throw some smoke there. That'll upset them. Yeah, this is the most upset hive so far. So, yeah, it's possible that they're queenless. I mean, they have been queenless, that's for sure. I don't know if they still are though, that's the thing. It's a heavy frame. Wax, it's a wax frame. Nectar and honey, no, there is definitely no eggs or brood on this frame. Come on girls, move out of the way. All right, I'm gonna go to the box below. I don't believe there's anything in this box as far as brood goes, or eggs. Maybe the one below. What have I got, 9 frames or 10 frames up here? Quite often in a honey box I'll put 9 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 frames up here, which reduces the chance of crazy comb. Right, okay, let's move this box to one side. Okay, I've cracked that. Let's crack the other side. Right, this is going to be heavy. Pretty sure this is going to be a heavy box. Oh, bugger me. Wow. That is heavy. That's a really good box of honey. Let's try and get this smoke going again, because it's kind of gone out a little bit. You know, because they've got a lot to protect. That's what it is. I don't want to create a robbing incident either, so I better get a move on. I'm going to pull this frame out towards the middle. Come on. Oh, geez. So this is a frame, a new frame of foundation that they've drawn out, and it's white, so I can't see a thing in there except a beetle, which I just crushed. The question is, do we have brood down here? Probably not brood, but maybe eggs. Yeah, these gloves are a little better. They're smaller. These were from Temu, and I didn't like them initially, but the nice thing about them is I haven't got excess fingers hanging off the edge of my hands, which gets stuck in the frames. Lots of pollen in there. Look at that nice frame of pollen. Ton of bees down here. Lots of bees down here. This is a new frame of comb, wax foundation. I'm just trying to look to see if I can see eggs. It's not that easy. The black foundation, like I say, is definitely easier to see the eggs. Yeah, I don't see eggs in there. It's hard sometimes too, looking through the netting of my bee mask, my bee face mask. Lots of bees. There's quite a few on me though. Quite a few upset with me right now. Now, if they don't have a queen, and if they don't have any eggs, they may need a frame of eggs to draw out a queen cell if they don't have one. But I know that I've given them. I know that I've given them resources to make a queen, but it's always possible that she didn't get successfully mated. You never know, they may have killed her. She may have got killed while she was out on a mating flight. There's different things that can unfortunately go wrong. And I feel that there's something not quite right here. Because there's lots of bees, but there's no baby bees. There's a queen cup there in the middle of the frame, emergency cell, but there's nothing in it. This is a frame full of pollen. So these girls look like they need a queen. Yeah, they look like they need a queen. So I have a choice. I can buy a queen, which is not always as easy as it sounds because they don't always get accepted. I haven't had that much luck introducing new queens, but I have heard that sometimes when you coat a queen in honey, they're more likely to accept her. Yeah, there's no eggs in this hive at all. No eggs. Not that they need more population, but they need a queen. So, alright, so that's where we're at with this one. I'm not going to look at the last two frames. It's new comb. You can just tell by their behavior that they're irritable. Well, they're not really stinging me, but they're irritable, and understandably so if they haven't got a queen. Move over. All right, let's put this last frame back in and then the cover back on. There's quite a few bees on me now. Try and get the bees off of the edge because I hate crushing them on the edge. But for whatever reason, they like to hang out on the edge when I want to put the box back on. Okay. All right. And that is hive number 5. Hive number 5 is queenless. So as you can see, there's a few bees on me. I think you could probably see them, they're around me a little bit. Not too many though, but a little different from the hives that have queens. They're a little irritable. So far I now know that hive 3 has a queen, hive 2 has a queen, hive 4 has a queen, hive 6 has a queen. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of my 7 hives have got queens. So we're getting there.